our adventuring party, Hell's Dawn, got a little bit caught up in trouble with the law. You guys got framed for the murder of Hilly Crystaller, a dwarven man proprietor in his last day of ownership of a bar. You kind of got bought out of trouble, and we're kind of in this lucky situation where Elvesh was able to get you guys out of jail. Queen of Foam, Lady Ossia, or Queen Ossia, Kelp Flower, sought the help of Saimetsu, and Saimetsu has been knee-deep in books and various scrolls for the past couple days. You guys kind of went on a shopping spree with the Queen's credit card, so to say. Going down into Wormtown, where you bought some stuff. You bought some stuff on credit, paying some of it back. Mainly, you had just a series of bad interactions with a shopkeeper who just sold you a ton of stuff, kind of took advantage of you guys. Rocco the shopkeeper. But you guys hoping to find out where Hilly is, end up going to, you basically had time to speak with Elvesh, and he was able to tell you that he thinks that there are people higher up here who are connected with it. He said there's some weird stuff going on, and that maybe we can keep an eye on some of these people at a little social gathering that they're having tonight in the royal courtyard. Nonetheless.
So we have our tuxes that we got way back when.
Dude, Yitram doesn't have a tux.
I imagine Yitram's wearing like a nice kimono.
Senhyo also doesn't have a tux.
Well, Yitram just bought clothes recently, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't buy a fucking tux.
Yeah, I got a sick new robe.
You guys will be given, you guys will be fitted and given clothes upon reaching the place where you're staying. You're kind of staying in the royal quarters inside the castle, actually. And Elvesh, as he's kind of leading you guys up, and the night is just beginning to happen, basically. The darkness is starting to set in. A lot of the glow unto the city is starting to happen. It's kind of this general like purple glow that goes across the city. You can see it's rather lively, and you can see it from no better angle than here at the castle, which is at the very center of the circle. If you can think of the City of Glass being this giant, basically the top half of a bubble, cut in half, and then just like right in the center is Elvesh will tell you it's Selumeyer Palace is what they call it. And as you approach, there's a drawbridge, and it's like led upwards. It's like all the way drawn. Elvesh leans to you and says, I've not seen the bridge drawn in many, many days, so maybe there's another way in. Don't want to look like we're trespassing, though.
No, yes, yes, I don't want to do that.
Do you think that they have drawn the bridge because of us? Maybe to send us a message that we're not wanted here?
That's a little self-centered of you, don't you think?
Well, they definitely don't seem to like us as much anymore.
Who doesn't like you?
Dude. Well, I mean, they're trying to frame us for Hilly's disappearance. Or I don't think he's murdered. He just can't be.
I don't think he is either. We still need to get info on that. I'm worried about Hilly.
Someone is trying to frame you. That's for sure. And
Do you think it's that catfish guy?
definitely,
Granby?
I definitely think it's Granby. He has some sort of I think maybe he has some sort of involvement. I'm not too sure though.
Well, either way,
Wait, who's part-time hero?
this is Jeff. What up?
Oh,
You guys see the drawbridge as it's completely lowered. These giant rusty chains with barnacles that are like attached to them. This sort of waterfalls that spill out of portcullises in the walls as this bridge gets let down. And Jeff, if you want to describe your character for us.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
a twist. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so you see. I'll describe myself. I won't say what you see because I don't want to step on toes. My character is a Warforged artificer. Mostly plain clothes, whereas he is a Warforged. He's got sort of a combination of, plate metal and hard wood that's got, veins of runic carvings all over the chest and arms and down to the hands. The level of detail is meticulous, but it's clear that he's seen some wear and tear from the ravages of time. And if he were to introduce himself, he would.
Okay. You see this giant metallic. How tall are you? Just a suit of living metal, and as it walks next to this small gnomish, this small gnome. I'll say he's an aquatic gnome. You can see that he's got a little bit of algae and stuff growing out. He has recently come into purchase of this fine automaton, and he is for the first time taking it out on a walk around the city. And he, you see as, so your name's The Consensus. He says, he goes, it's just like this little, kind of like, sprockety looking. He's wearing big Coke bottle glasses, has like little like bits of hair that look like they've been burnt away, and big fuzzy eyebrows, and he says, hold on. Sit. And he points at you to sit. I'm not. This thing, it's not working. It's not working like I want it to.
Jeremy is staring at this thing with his fucking mouth wide open. He has never seen anything like this before, and is really just amazed.
Yitram's just studying it up and down.
They
He's kind of
haven't
walking
either.
around it.
He yeah. So
You know,
Engineering.
on his shoulder and just like shaking him really hard.
Okay, alright, so wait. So we have to
Yitram! What is it?
Dude, I don't know. I'm taking a look. I've never seen anything like this before. The engineering is off the charts. Oh my god. Wait.
It isn't polite to stay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. But
Sherry's just like
let me
a
just
burst
look a
of
little
gaze,
more.
but is like still like looking.
Yitram walks around with a note.
so yeah, you catch them just kind of rudely blanket, like just kind of like trying to like just catch little glances of you out of the corner of their eye. And your master, or as he's been known in this city as Bo Bobble.
Oh, Bob.
As in BAUBLE.
Yes.
Awesome.
And Bo Bobble, he is walking you around the courtyard, and he has like this leather leash that's attached to you, not around your neck or anything, but like a harness that's just in case. Like he's a small fellow, but this kind of seemed to be like the best course of action.
So the creator is a gnome.
He's not the creator. You don't know that. He can't. But he did come in to purchase something. And this guy is the Queen's inventor. He's a survivalist. And he's kind of just the tinkerer of the castle. And he notices you all. He goes,
That's the symbol of Hell's Dawn. I've seen that before. That rude old man in the library is he's quite the work. He
Looks. Is Bo Babble an older guy? Like older looking?
Bo Bobble. Yeah, he's a gnomish. You're not really quite able to ascertain how old. He's not wrinkly or anything. Maybe middle-aged. I'd say but his hair is like jet, or just like pure white, and it's going out in every single direction. Really, kind of like your average mad scientist looking motherfucker. And he says,
all right. Well, this is really as far as I wanted to go. We can walk you back up there if you like. Me and Mr. Census here.
Wait, Mister.
Require an escort.
How do you know who Hell's Dawn is?
Well, that symbol, it was on the old man as well.
Oh, so you saw Mr. Simon?
Yes.
he's like walks away.
Was he rude to you?
He goes,
Rude, yes.
Tried to kill you?
No. Just,
Talking about phylacteries.
Or like,
yes, he's just, I told him, we don't have any books on necromancy, but he's insistent on it nonetheless.
that
Yeah, he
sounds
does
like
it.
I suppose we should, stop in and make sure he is, taken care of.
and he like leads you up through this courtyard, or like first you guys pass over the drawbridge and reach the gatehouse, and you go past these giant white walls that are made out of this dried out what looks to be a conglomerate of seashell, coral, and like finely ground stone, like sand. And it creates this kind of glimmering, opalescent rock. And yeah, you're all good.
Shiri's walking behind the consensus and like mimicking how he's walking.
We are aware of your invitation.
Perhaps.
Yitram walks up, Census, I hope I can call you that. How long have you been around these parts? Or how long have you existed? That's the bigger question.
Existed?
Yes.
Calculating.
Yes.
100 lunar cycles. Correction, solar cycles.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
Gratitude.
Once again, Mr. Bobble, I'd really like to apologize for the rudeness of my elder, Mr. Saimetsu. He can be quite a handful sometimes.
A handful in a dick.
And he, as he leads you past this ivory courtyard, you get to this great hall, and you can see all a bunch of great wonders of the sea. One, this magnificent trident that's set forth over this big wall, and there's lots of paintings. You see one painting of the queen. She is rather beautiful. She's beautiful and scary at the same time. She's like she's got these fishy, almost yellowy looking eyes, but she's a sea elf. And she has this blue-green face that's almost elven, but parts of her are more monstrous, and she has these almost fin-like projections that extend out of the back of her head, and spiny-like claws. And she is known by many names. She's known as the Queen of Alutel Kasir, the Empress of Fallen Stars, her radiance, the light beneath the tide, the Maharaja of the ocean, the Mother of Foam, the Pearl of the Sea, the Queen of Tides. She has many names, and she's lived many lifetimes. She is ancient. She's very old. And she is from the... Her full name is Queen Ossia Kelpflower - Trishula.
What was that last one?
Trishula. Trishula.
If you don't, Pat, if you don't mind, could you do spelling? Could you post that in archive or something?
Yeah, I'll post it later on because I'm just using Discord for video right now. Okay. So, and then you see there's a family pic of them and a den of sea elves, a whole little school of sea elves, and the King Marius Trishula, and he's known as the Lord of Coral, the Annex of the Depths, and the Serpent Scourge. He's a very large, typical of your Neptune sort of, but with pale green skin and a deep green beard. He's very big and strong, and he's made to look like a very proud warrior, even in the most innocent of family photos. Let's see. Elvesh is kind of looking at this photo or this painting as you guys are kind of inspecting it, and he kind of can't help but have strange feelings here and say, this is just strange. I feel that I can't I feel like I am ruining someone's household by being here.
Why, Elvesh? Why?
Hey man, that's not on you.
I thought you were, having... Shuri leans in. Relationships with the queen.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. It's just...
Wait, so the king is still alive?
The king is alive, yes. He's here. It's just...
I have a potion on this.
Well, the king, it's not like that. It's the king knows. It's... He doesn't watch. It's... Okay. It is in good... This... How can I describe this? He says... Me coming here... being the person who I... being the person who I am... I am... the embodiment of... the sea. I am... the first one created of water. So, the queen, as I have appeared here in the City of Glass multiple times, sees this as good tidings. And the king almost insists on it.
Your unique status grants interesting social cues.
Yes, precisely. Well,
Looking around, consensus to see if like the voice is coming from somewhere else, because he still just can't believe that there's a.
He's got like a mouth and a humanoid face with 2 eyes and.
Oh, sure, he knows. He just still does not believe it. He's like trying to see if there's like what sort of magic this is. He is a very backwoods boy.
He may look 25, but he's like 12 at heart.
No, it's like, I would say it's almost the other way around. He's like 20, but looks like he's 16 because he's an elf. So he just like perpetually looks like a young little cute.
Well, Bobble, he goes, well, I think that's about it for the day. Time to put this old bucket of bolts back in the closet where he belongs. I didn't think that anyone would really care.
But it's so cool!
Literally the adolescents that were attached.
I feel like the thing is like, is it Senhyo? Hey.
Dude, I mean,
So this is
Being
kind of like
in the cloth.
Elvesh says, surely, you could allow us to maybe give the... he's just shocked, he's like,
It's not for sale! I thought it was like wasting battery or something.
Roll a persuasion check.
It eats light bulbs. I've been feeding it light bulbs.
What'd you say? A 6. Okay. He goes,
I think I'm gonna put it back in the closet.
okay, all right. How about some money? Does gold fancy you? You fancy some gold?
he goes,
I guess.
Well, if we may,
I mean,
perhaps a middle ground between the auctioneer's plot and storage would be amenable.
Maybe I could rent it to you for the afternoon.
let's lease it.
I'll lease it to you like an old bicycle.
Yeah, that's fine. What's your address? Make sure you get that gold monthly. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, I live here in the castle, so I guess I'll. You're renting it just for the afternoon. I'm letting you know that, okay?
Wait, no.
Perhaps a trial period.
No.
Let's see what he buys in advance.
Absolutely. See, the consensus. He knows what I want.
He goes,
The customer. Okay.
All right. And what are you going to offer me?
I'm giving you gold.
How much?
I got some jewels, and Shirley holds up with like several diamonds.
Woo!
he looks at him. He's like holding them up to the light. He's like,
Yeah, this'll do. Yeah.
I found these shiny rocks in it.
Yeah, you can just take them. I don't care about it. This is good.
That's cool.
Are you sure?
Hold on, Blitz. Let's try another tack. Elvash, what?
Yeah, he's basically junk anyways.
Right,
For the
Sal.
record, we find this process to be
This is kind of what I was talking about here, where it's becoming slavery, and I don't. We start bringing
No, we're buying its
prices.
freedom.
So I'm gonna
Yeah,
put it here like this. Listen here, fella. I understand you're sort of a tinkerer fella around here, but this man.
tinkering is
I'm
a
gonna.
joke.
Excuse me. He's definitely sentient because he's interrupting people.
True.
Anyway, this is Elvesh. If you live in this castle, you know how the
he gives you a deep bow.
and Elvesh, he supports us taking this feller with us for the day, at the very least. And so I don't think it would really be too smart of you to disagree with such a fella as that. Somebody with Queen's ear. Next week you're funding. Could be a little low.
Ooh, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
That's charismatic. And I wish I didn't reorganize my room today. Because I put my dice. Uh, 11.
He with advantage. He goes,
Well, how about you give me those diamonds, and I don't know. What do you think's fair? 75 gold?
Who has gold? Which one of you motherfuckers has gold on you? You minus that from your character sheet. You don't have your wizard to keep your treasurer.
I have 7 on hand. That's all I
Shit,
have.
man. You know what?
How much do you have,
Who is our
Fury?
treasurer, Elton? Since you already know him, you can go collect the rest from him. We have.
He goes,
All right, I'll just go collect the rest from Saimetsu then. How much was that? Okay, yep, sounds good.
he's already gone.
He goes, Robit, follow the directions of Hell's Dawn. All right.
Leans over to Yitro and is like, "So we're gonna steal him, right?"
Well, I don't want to use that term. We'll let him decide. Okay?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the best choice.
So Zeno, I imagine Zeno heard that, and he's just gonna lean in as well, and just be like, "Yeah, for sure."
Yeah. All right, consensus. You're with us, buddy. Let's go.
Situation has been dramatically improved.
Chewie
I agree.
sticks out his like fist to bump it to consensus and like gives him a big smile.
He just taps it on top of your hand.
You can see that out in the courtyard, there's guests who are starting to arrive at the palace. You can see all a sort of different types of sea elf. From the ones who the Bright Whisper clan of Effervesia to the Nightwater clan of the Arenthir, or the Abyssal Maw. Sorry, my squeaky chair. Trying to find a comfy position. But yeah, there's all a type of aquatic elf here, from the kind that live in the depths to the kind that live near the surface. And you can see the various different shades and what years and years of evolution under in the elemental plane of water can do to somebody, especially somebody as noble and as community driven as elves. You see some of these people are just kind of like ambassadors, because this isn't a royal wedding. In fact, you guys haven't really even heard anything about the wedding. You do see that some of the guests, or some of the caterers, are moving big bushels of just like strange sea cucumbers and stuff like in big old baskets, woven baskets, and they're moving it in, and they keep talking about how the Lord Commander has worked so hard for the Queen, and that we're just really happy that he finally has a day to just relax and kind of enjoy getting married to the Tide Mistress. So you get the idea that this is kind of a royal wedding between some of the higher ups in the Queen's circle. Between one, her Lord Commander, and two, her Tide Mistress, which is kind of like a Beast Master. It's a noble wedding, yeah. Elvesh leads you up a ivory staircase to a tower where you guys share a communal living space. It's a big circular room in a tower. It's getting to be around nighttime. You can see people are starting to arrive for the wedding. You guys go upstairs, and some of the maids from upstairs, who are these squid folk and crustaceans, they are measuring you guys for suit size and stuff, and they're getting you guys all fitted. And when they get to the robot, they're kind of just they're confused, and you see this one crustacean folk. She's a crawfish folk, and she just kind of she goes, "Oh, I think he would look rather good with a bow, don't you think?" Oh, pants, yes! I didn't even think about that. And she goes and she starts making you a little, like measuring you like a normal person. She's like, you're almost like an aspect of the room for a second in her eyes, and she's just like not used to seeing it.
People have a habit of treating the consensus like an inanimate object, but he wants to wear regular clothes like any normal sentient being would, and Mr. Bobble has just kept him nude for reasons unclear.
Oh my god, dude, he just
He
wants
is
to be a real
currently
boy.
pampered, right?
Oh no. Dina's gonna turn to consensus. So Bobble gave you direction to listen to us for the afternoon. If we were to ask you to, on a longer term basis, could you be implored to follow that?
We would require very little convincing.
Oh, that doesn't say too much for Obama.
I imagine spending a large portion of your time in a closet.
Yeah,
Treated as inanimate.
Happiest
Get
existence.
frustrating.
We understand.
Well,
Sounds like Hell's Dawn's the best place for you, honestly.
Better than a closet.
you can see the whole world.
And you can.
We've seen it many times over, but the closet is a step down.
Well, if you hang out with us, you'll never have to be in a closet again.
So as this,
And also, you get to be angel killers too. And join. That's like the best part.
Objective irrelevant.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a cool title.
that was a special gift for you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, Sal's half a celestial.
Oh man, I didn't know we really went by that title.
No, of course not. No.
No, I don't think we do. It was all in jest. It was all in jest.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
so as this little crawfish lady, 3-foot tall crawfish lady, gets done pincing your clothes, like sewing the rest of it. She's just using her claws and just like snipping full like things of cloth, and she makes you guys like a very nice kind of matching garb in a manner of like anything from seafoam green to like there's like a deep blue, there's like dark green, just pretty much like what you picture, like lots of cool colors, and then there's like a coral pink. So whoever wants the coral pink suit can take that. She goes,
we don't get many of you in Crustacea, so it's nice to see all manner of folk. Not many really get past the Deeplands, so it's good to be here and to be waiting on your hand and foot there. Where did you say you guys are? What did you say? You guys are the Dukes of something, aren't you?
Yeah.
Could I possibly do a history check to have some kind of house affiliation that would make us seem more robust?
okay.
All right. Let's see. I rolled an 18. Nice. And then history plus 8, so 26.
Noise.
Okay.
Bird in the group. Alright.
So it really depends. What sort of type of nobility are you going? Do you want to be a duke? Do you want to be a
Well, I was
like something
for us to be not to be ourselves of any kind of royal standing, but to be official guests of
ambassadors of an existing house.
Duke of such and such. They'd be like,
Yeah.
do not look like the Duke of such.
Yeah. Roll me a perception check. And this is just to get a good idea over the various houses of elves that are here tonight. You can see which ones are in accordance and which ones have not made an appearance, either yet or,
I got a 16.
Okay. Interesting enough, you see the 4 saltwater houses, and you only see 3 of the freshwater houses. So it's the Scarlet Leafs. And you guys, being kind of a crew, these guys are kind of, you guys kind of stand out, and the Scarlet Leafs are kind of these elves of, they're higher up, not aristocracy, not like in the aristocracy, but they're just actually closer to the surface of the elemental plane of water, and it does different things to you, and one of which is not having as many like cool colors. Like they're more of like kind of flashy. They have kind of warmer colors, things like bright reds and things like that. So you guys could almost pass as maybe ambassadors to Scarlet Leaf, the Scarlet Leaf clan.
So she's asked us who we're representing.
So, is it like the closer they are to the surface, the like higher up they are in like society, kind of their caste system?
Not
the less they're affected by the plane.
It's the plane definitely affects them differently.
So is it like the less affected that are like the higher up, or do they even have like a?
Maybe that's something that you'll just have to figure out along the way.
Would they know who I guess would they know
they don't know who
how,
any
like,
of us are, I don't think.
Well, some people know Hell's Dawn to an extent. Or, I guess it was just
we don't know if that's in
the party of
planes travelers will know you as enemies to Falene. That's pretty much your biggest. That's pretty much like your biggest like claim to fame, I'd say, as Falene being this city, this floating city of a mageocracy, basically like all of the realm's mages who are living in this one country who are basically corrupt by angels, and now Hell's Dawn came in, killed one of their higher up angels.
Kind of, not really.
He was being a real jerk to them, and they didn't like that, and they killed him.
Well, somebody killed him.
get a fireball.
One person.
Alright, so yeah,
We attend as representatives of the Scarlet Leafs.
Cool. And so you guys all get fitted out in very nice suits, kind of built-in sequence with seashells and little bits of coral. You can see it's ceremonial for some of the higher captains. Like even when they're wearing suits and stuff, they're still wearing like their shoulder pieces with like this like ornate, almost like ceremonial coral that is like hyper dense and creates this sort of armor. And it's more for show. It's more like a commander of a war wearing his medals to a banquet or something like that. And you guys descend the staircase, and you can see like there's already guests and stuff in there. Mainly, you guys are kind of just coming out of a back staircase in the servants' quarters. You come down into this kitchen, and you can see that there's lots of little crustacean folk, little bottom feeder fish who are like running around, little guppy folk who are trying to make the wedding perfect. And you can see Saimetsu is there at the bottom of the staircase, and he's holding a big thing of books, and he's just biting into like an apple or some weird sea fruit. It's an apple, but when he bites into it, it's an orange. He goes, huh. Well, what do you want? It's good to see you all again, especially you, little Shirui. I have so much to tell you guys, but the Queen has just he goes, the Queen laid a big bomb on me, and I think we need a guild meeting sometime really soon.
Oh, I agree. You mean a big bomb as in, like, some big info?
Exactly.
What do you have? What you got?
You seem shaky.
He goes, yeah, you can see he's like visibly like a little bit shaky, like he goes, I'm on a bender. I've been snorting this salt stuff, and it's been keeping me up.
Shouldn't be doing that, okay?
Oh, jeez. Well, you should just give us what you got to be safe.
Yeah. Okay. He goes, so there's an ancient prophecy, ancient, okay? It's as old as time. It was written on the back of a seashell. I had to decipher that. Do you know what that's like? To look at a seashell for 18 hours? It's white on white.
And plus Saimetsu.
He goes,
Confirm it is unpleasant.
and he starts explaining this like epic thing. This like he goes into like so much detail about like the Arcana side and history aspects and how the implications of it in religion. I need anyone who's trying to just make any sort of head sense of what he's saying. Give me a clear Arcana check. Oh no! Just give me an Arcana check. Sorry, clear means nothing in this situation apparently. Sorry.
23.
Nice. Okay. Well. So, anyone else want to give it a go?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
a
shit, I just rolled a nat
22. No, not natural.
22. Okay. So what did you get with your natural 20? What was what was it all together?
I'm trying to find my fucking file.
All right, you find that. I'll go up the list. Shirui.
Yes.
There is an ancient text written in Aquin, and it's about 2 fallen stars. That's the most you get out of like 30 minutes of Saimetsu trying to explain this to you. There are two fallen stars. Zeno got that one. Okay. Arcana, yeah.
Okay, 27. Son.
27. Okay. That's pretty good. What'd you get, Yitrim?
22.
22, and consensus, what did you get?
23.
23, okay, so...
Dude, I'm good.
Except for Yitro, or Shirui and Zeno.
Yeah, I have a +8 to Arcana.
Plus 7.
The Saimetsu goes, the two orbs, they're created from one, okay? And the one power being made of the purest of water. The other being made of, and he shows you this thing, and it's like the page is just ripped. He's like, it doesn't say. I don't know. That part got ripped out. But he says, no, I'm sorry, I messed up. He goes, the other is salt. And yeah,
One's pure water and one's pure salt.
yeah, exactly. One's pure water, one's pure salt. And they live in each other's planes. Should the two orbs meet, there could be a total collapse of the whole entirety of the inner planes. Including Aetheria, which is the material realm, where you guys are from. The orbs are often referred to as Prima Lux, and are said to be able to grant a wish if collected.
Both of them or individually?
Some like Dragon Ball shit.
Both of them. And Saimetsu begins talking about this. Or no, and Sal, you start like bringing up little stories about like angels and things like that, and it begins like you see this like inner like cogs turning in Saimetsu's head, and 27 isn't quite enough to get you the full extent to what you learn. But Saimetsu, between both of you guys, Saimetsu like finishes your sentences as you're coming up with these thoughts, and he's kind of completing your ideas. And he says, okay, this is a really big breakthrough. I have an idea. I think, and you can see Elvesh isn't with you guys right now. He didn't talk to Saimetsu at all. He's not here. We'll just say like he got pulled away somewhere at the party. He goes, I was reading and I didn't think of anything of it, but then I saw it again in Aquin, and I saw the name Elvesh, and I don't think the orb is actually an orb at all. They call it a star, or an orb, or the Prima Lux, but also, I think he goes, I think they call it a kindred soul.
I audibly gasped.
Shirley's like, Elvesh!
Sure, be cool.
She was like,
We're kind of in public still, right? We just like kind of stepped to the side of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna also just keep shooting. Hey man, this is big shit. We need to keep this quiet, soft like a baby bird.
Shirley like zips his mouth and then hands you the key to it.
I'll pat him on the head and pretend to put it in a shirt pocket.
Nice.
Alright. Well, a kindred soul, do you think... what exactly was Ilvesh saying that they were... The prophecy that the queen was talking about? Something about the first one, what did she call him?
One born of water.
Yeah, he's like the one born of water. Yeah.
That's my first thought. I heard Saimetsu mentioned the two balls, the two salty, or no, one of the balls was salt.
The two salty balls.
I don't. The idea that he is a kindred soul or kindred spirit, or I don't know. This is it feels important, and also I feel like I want to keep him close by. He is, and then I'll like notice that he's not with us. Oh God, damn it! What do y'all think? And well, I guess boys includes you in the group as well. Consensus.
Or plurality.
I'll switch to French so I can better provide you Sorry, I was drinking.
It's fine. Continue.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, right? You were asking our opinion, right?
Yeah, I mean, does that make sense to y'all too?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's.
I think it lines up pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, I think. I don't. Who saw where we went? Like this place is kind of friendly, and it seems like they like him, but there's also some weird shit going on. I mean, we're being framed for murder. Like, I think we may need to act with haste here.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to give up on Tilly. I feel like Tilly is still alive.
I did promise the hatchets that I would kill them if anything happened to him, and I wouldn't like to break that vow.
We are honorable folk, and we would never do such thing.
I mean, Tilly treated us to a room. He treated us to.
Worrying about Aelvesh's current state, we are surrounded by a number of people that I think wouldn't allow Aelvesh to be taken against his will.
Mm-hmm. Well, kind of what I'm saying
Close to the queen
he
is
already is. We don't know why. I mean, because the kindred spirits are. It's really less about him and more about the fact that he might be a kindred spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are, y'all gotta remember, the reason I'm here is because we got a job to do after all this.
I haven't forgotten what we have to do back in Aetheria.
So I want to make sure we at least keep the kindred spirits at the front of our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think
at this time
we can keep.
Go ahead.
You going?
No, you go ahead.
I think we can, keep an eye on him to a reasonable extent, but this is a social gathering, and he's of a class from us, and we might, do better allowing him his role.
Point. Maybe he will be safer at a little bit of a distance. We tend to attract trouble. It's true.
It's at this time you hear a couple uncouth, unsavory fellows who are of the pirate variety, and these guys are just one guy is just wearing a straight up Cornish hat, and one of the most piratey pirates you've ever fucking seen. Big old peg leg, got a fucking hook hand, and he gets up with his little plate. He's like hovering a little plastic shitty plate on his hook, trying to with the other hand take from the buffet, and as he puts it onto his plate, a big slopping plate of mush, it falls on the ground, and you see him just get pissed and just slam his hook on the table and push off 3 bowls of potato salad or something. He goes, "Grrr! This be happening to me all the time." He turns to you as you guys are kind of, there's a line starting to form behind you to get food.
Hey Pat, could as a showroom trick, could each room try to reverse time on those plates and everything that got turned over, and just place them back to the way they were?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
You do that, and you see this guy in reverse go stomp around like a big bulbous idiot, and then this slopping mush that has a hair and a little slug in it gets slopped up, gets goes up, reverses up onto his plate and onto his hook, and he goes, "Hi." He looks around to see if anyone saw that, and he goes, "That was cool. And he just starts like moving on, and he like looks to you. He does notice you after a certain extent, and he pulls out his saber, and he puts it to your throat.
Okay,
He goes, Yarr! How dare ye? No one surprises me with magic but me!
Okay, alright. Alright, I want to
So
clarify,
right
Pat.
behind
Wait, can I
Yitram,
clarify something
Xeno's
real quick?
just like,
What?
When I was doing like the reverse time, he knocked over dishes and food, right?
Yeah.
So I was only targeting the dishes and food.
Oh, okay. He
So
still
I
does.
wasn't doing it-
Okay, not to his
okay.
plate, not to his plate. He still does it. He goes, Grr, nobody surprises me but me.
Okay. Oh, whoa,
Shing!
whoa.
What?
Let's
How
back
do you
up.
surprise yourself?
Let's back up.
He goes,
No one needs to get hurt here.
I get surprised very easily, okay?
Okay, well, hey, I apologize. I was just trying
Puts
to
his
clean up the
saber
mess.
away. He goes,
Alright. Okay.
Now it'd be my turn for the poo-poo platter. He starts like just skewering these huge hunking shrimps with his hook, and he goes,
For food, not the people, right?
yeah. The food. Yeah. He goes, aye, so how you be knowing the bride or groom?
Well, we
Yeah. Hey, Sal. Adam,
He goes, Yarg! How you be knowing the bride or groom?
If we may.
well, we don't. Oh yeah, sorry. Well, we have a pre-recorded message here from
Oh, yes.
from people who brought us here.
A pre-recorded what now?
You see the consensus kind of like glances awkwardly at Sal and just kind of like gets rigid and then just goes.
This is a pre-recorded message from the Duke of the Scarlet Leafs. Behind me are our ambassadors. Please treat them with the respect and dignity you would bestow upon any of our mighty house. Thank you. This is a pre-recorded message.
He goes,
Yes.
Aye. Grr, that's, I don't really be knowing what to make of it.
The consensus is
I'm-
pissed.
He goes, okay. That was awesome. He goes, I am both simultaneously confused and aroused, okay? He goes, if you be wishing to, I'm having a game of cards on me ship tonight. Fastest ship in the depths. Surely you've seen it in the port.
Ah, yes. What's you talking like prize pool? How much we talking here? What's the buy-in? Cards. We talking poker? We talking rummy? What are we thinking here?
We play all sorts of manners of games and
Okay.
betting and fun stuff.
Okay.
Drinking contests.
serpent sword.
General nonsensory.
You see Shirui standing behind Yitram, and you hear him quietly go, "Yar."
Here. You see, like, he now has, like, an entourage of, like, pirates who are, like all wearing, they're, like, these ones are just, like, the underlings, they're wearing bandanas, and they're pushing barrels. You're in, like, the middle of, like, a party, and they're just, like, pushing barrels, through to the back. He goes, Hey.
So our ragtag group found like the most.
Yeah, you guys are all sitting at the same table.
People we'd fit in with, yeah.
You take a seat at table 42. It is, it's you and the pirates. He goes,
They sat us appropriately.
I owe the groom my life. He saved me in a pinch. I was strung
strung out, left to die over the Abyssal Depths. And he swam out 50, 100, 150 yards. Grabbed me up, pulled me back using just his teeth. And I wasn't wearing anything.
All right.
True friend right there.
That's right. You don't truly know a man until you've swam with his bits between your teeth.
Sherry has been trying to be quiet this whole time. And he's just like standing behind Yitram, just like...
He introduces, he puts his hook on the table and like goes to like for a shake. He goes,
"Hey, you can call me Lou, fierce and foul Luxford."
Nice to meet you, man. I'm
Surely you've heard of me. The Cutlass of Bottle Reef, the Lion of Black Rock Sandbar, the Terror of Gunshot Anchorage. Any of those ring a bell?
Can I do a roll? Because Sherry traveled on the sea for a year at least.
"Sure,
But that was in non-Jin, so a different plane, so I can understand.
sure,
But I just kind of want to know if Sherry would at least have heard of him.
yeah."
Oh shit. Would this be history?
This would be. Let's see. This would be an intelligence. This would just be to like recall information that you've. Because, well, I don't know. Are you?
Kind of be history, right?
Okay, I'll say.
History
Okay.
is intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, history is intelligence. Why not?
Yeah,
Go for it.
I got a 19. My history is only +1, but I rolled.
19. Pretty good. You've heard tales. You've heard of the Cutlass of Bottle Reef, but only in like songs about, and they're often like sad songs about how there was like no survivors and like anyone crazy enough to go against fierce and foul is worth I don't know, I would say like is anyone crazy enough is just dumb and shouldn't be followed. You see him scratching his beard with his hook. He goes, putting his feet up on the table. He goes, "Aye, so I was out there, and he was swimming with me between his teeth, and it was the defining moment of my childhood." No, he doesn't say childhood. That's fucked up.
Weddings told us about how he was sexually abused.
And then so it's a real experience.
Yeah.
I'm just okay. Moving on. You guys see as a waiter comes and starts like serving you little things of champagne. It's a dwarven man, and as he puts it on the table, you look at him, and it is Hilly. It's Hilly Crystaller, but he doesn't pay you any attention.
Okay, wait, did we notice this?
Yeah.
Sherry's like pointing at him like,
He goes, "Oi, is this one your friend then? I think they know you then." There. You can see Hilly, this dwarf. He goes, he's like, he points to himself and he like looks behind and he goes, "I've never seen you in my entire life."
I nod. Like,
Sherry doesn't, and he is sad.
He goes, "Would you like some champagne?"
yes, I would actually love that. Thank you.
And he gives everyone a glass of champagne. And you see him. Okay, go ahead.
when you hand Zeno his champagne, is this? I'm just gonna ask: is this any way to spend your retirement, Hilly?
He goes, "Aye, no retirement for me. I'm hard at work." He goes, "I hope one day I can work up and own a business or have a family or something."
So where
He goes,
how did you come about working here?
"My cousin got me a job about 2 or 3 months back. I've been working the hot bar, and eventually I've worked my way up to serving."
Oh, who's your cousin?
He kind of looks at you, like raises his eyebrow. He goes,
"Okay, buddy, I'm sorry, I don't understand if this is a silly joke or something. I don't appreciate it.
I just thought maybe
Maybe you don't need any more alcohol. Maybe that's what you need."
he says, he takes away your champagne glass from your table. He walks away. And you see him talking to another little crustacean there, and he like points back to you and like starts like saying something you can't really tell. But he didn't seem to recognize you at all, like any one of you guys.
Seems like whatever happened to Hilly between the last time we saw him includes some fuckery.
Is there any way, like, could I tell if he was under a spell or, like, not? Like, I'm trying to tell if that is, like, an imposter. Like, is he under the Imperious Curse is what I'm trying to figure out.
So if you want to know if there's been any sort of fuckery with magic, it's gonna take a Arcana check. But if you're trying to do it stealthily, that's gonna be a whole different thing.
Yeah, without getting up and just looking into his eyes and pinching his cheeks and stuff.
Yeah.
I can get a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was curious if there was like a, like, I don't know, like, did he have a glazed look to his eye? Did he seem?
No, he looked aware. Like, he looked aware for sure.
Okay, that's a better.
Well, my line of questioning was based off the thought that he was under some kind of spell. I don't know if I should need to roll for that, or if there can be some intuition from him not remembering us.
Yeah, just roll me a general
That's
intelligence.
kind of
Roll me an
like,
intelligence
I don't
check.
Play beyond my, yeah. That is an
8? Just seems like the dude doesn't remember you guys. Maybe he smoked too much seaweed. Maybe it was just one night with you guys and you guys weren't really anything to him. You're not really sure.
So wasted.
And you guys see some people are.
By the time he left.
So you see there's people that are bringing presents up to this little table and putting them on the table there. There's people kind of just like lining up to give little gifts to the bride and groom. And you can see that this is a wedding between a shrimp and a guppy. So it's like Kuatoa, like sub-race, where they're like a guppy, they're like a 3-foot tall fish man, and a little kind of like 2'9", a little bit shorter kind of shrimp people, and you're hearing. you hear about Lord Commander Serge Shellheart. How he's. You keep hearing like tales. Like some of his war buddies are there. An old tortoise who's just telling stories about Lord Commander Serge Shellheart, the guy who basically saved the pirate. He's known as he's the Lord Commander of the Kelp Guard here, and sworn knight to House Kelpflower. And you see he is being depicted in painting by an artist in kind of like as a gift from one of the elven households, and his wife, Tide Mistress Sin Shellheart, is kind of like this little shrimp folk, a little of the mantis variety, so like kind of like this rainbow carapace who with like a big old fist. You can see a big part of their wedding is like the incorporation of like she's like loves animals, so a big part of it is like they're using like these aquatic like kelps that are like made there to maybe make it look like a little kelp forest, and there's like a little like pet riding zoo where like kids are like riding like a little like octopus that's kind of just like, or jellyfish that's kind of just like hovering there like at like 2 miles like a second, so it's, or 2 miles an hour, so it's just like really slow. And you guys see off in the distance, you hear and like these royal horns are blown, this giant conch shell, and you watch as Queen Assia Kelpflower is let out of a grand carriage into the courtyard from her place. And after you see King Marius Trishula there, and they are just met with like the most open arms. You can tell like the people here love them. Everyone's like clapping and like cheering for them. You could see King Marius pulls his wife in close and kind of like gives this big kind of cheesy grin from like, you know, ear to ear, and you can kind of see like he's almost like this big, got like this big childlike sense to him. He's a big lug of a warrior. And
like a Wally type.
A little bit, but like he's like, this guy's like a battle-hardened king. Like he's survived the Battle of Bright Reef, Patch Reef, the War of Cyprania. He's known for being compassionate during the campaign of the it's so hard to say. Arukanji. It just means jellyfish in Japanese, but
Sick.
the campaign of jellyfishes is basically what it refers to, and he's like known for being a compassionate leader and knowing when to like hold his punches and when to like pull his armies out of places.
I have a question about Dispel Magic.
Sure.
If somebody was being affected by something, and I cast Dispel Magic, am I targeting them, or the spell, like as far as
Targeting the magical effect.
yeah, so like it wouldn't be like an attack on somebody. It's not hitting them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Good to know. So everyone doing good? Sorry, I'm kind of like feel like I'm talking a lot.
You're dispensing a lot of information.
And you see he goes, "Hi, welcome to the wedding of one Lord Commander, Serge Shellheart." You see the crowd cheer, like, you see, stepping out of this crazy jellyfish-like carriage, pushing aside, and his beautiful wife, Tide Mistress Sin Shellheart. And like you can see almost like beaded glass, like, you know, the things that hang in doorways. These jellyfish have these like beads that hang down, and the couple like push through, and you can kind of see some of them are they're like, everyone's getting ready, sitting down, getting ready to watch the ceremony, and they're getting out and beginning to walk down this long and like icy sort of dancing, like I would say, like it's like an icy lake that this whole event is taking place on. Yeah, what are you trying to do?
While everybody's cheering and stuff, Sal's got a man. I just want to maybe do a little perception check on the crowd. Is anybody suspicious? Somebody that's not cheering? Maybe even like a little anger or like apprehensive look on their face?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, 20, not that. 20.
Okay. You see a young lad in the corner. He's got some accoutrement, and he's decked out in like gear, and he looks like to be from the Ice Kingdom. You know this to be Floris von Nip. He's the Prince of Snow. He's the Kaiser of Frostfell. And he's there being accompanied by a larger gentleman with a big frosty beard. He has light blue skin, big frost giant, who is his Lord Commander and kind of just like protecting him. But this Floris von Nip kind of just seems to be like leaning over the back of his chair, kind of like eyes like so far rolling, like as everyone's cheering for these people.
How far away is he from me?
How far is he? He's probably like a good 30 feet away from you. Like through a crowd. People are starting to sit down too. That's the thing. Is like people are starting, like the crowds are starting to become like, it's easier to spot people who are standing, basically.
Okay. This is gonna seem really random, but my boots I can transport to somewhere instantaneously if I've been there and it's like 15 feet away.
Okay.
Have I walked by this dude's table?
I'll say you haven't, because his table is on the far side of the room. He's at table 67. You're at table 42. Not like that means anything to you, but
okay. In that case, like as we're sitting back down, I just kind of maybe I'll move to sit next to the pirate, and I just want to give him like a quiet nudge, be like, "Hey man, what? Do you happen to know that fella over there? God, he looks like he got a fucking stick up his ass."
To the pirate,
he goes, "Aye, that lad or young lass is called Floris von Nip. A right cunt he is. He sits in his crystal palace just all year long. This is the first anyone's ever seen of him in a long time. Real right cunt though. Whiny too.
I can tell. Oh shit, they're wrong. Thank you.
You can see like the bride and groom, the crowd, the party and band is starting to play kind of like the nicest music. You can see there's like, even though this wedding is for the Lord Commander and the Beastmaster, that the Queen and the King have like a very nice, suitable spot. And if there was anybody else that this day was about, other than the Lord Commander and Tide Mistress, it would be the Queen and the King. And they're here, and that's shown fully. You can see Lou kind of lets out a fart, and he goes,
Hey, they're right cunts. Those nobility type. That's why I don't steer close. I'm only here for a couple days, just for the bride. Then I'm out of here. He goes, I got.
We tend to steer clear ourselves, Lou.
He goes, there's treasure out there, don't you know? Ripe for the taking.
You happen to know one on top of your head? I'll just give him like a grin.
He goes, I know 12 right now, within 30 feet.
and he with his hook points around to like all these like people in the room, the different like nobility, power, like the jewelry they're wearing. There's like heavy magical power in this room. Like you can tell, like just that magic is palpable. And as the bride and the
like lets out a laugh at that, and just there's treasure everywhere, boys.
he goes, you see, there's a literal water elemental that's just like sloshing around and like during like the middle of this event, and no one is saying anything about it. It's totally normal. Bo Bobble is here
Dude,
as well.
fucking Bo Bobble. Fuck that guy.
And you can see the Lord Commander. He's got like a little mustache, and he's wearing like little tiny little bits of armor on him. And as he's saying his vows, he starts to get really teary-eyed, and it's a beautiful moment shared between two lovely people. And as this kind of chancellor who is surveying this kind of, Chancellor Tullius Brine Branch, the chaplain of Selumire Palace, and he's kind of just giving a long-winded speech that kind of goes for a little bit too long about how the sanctity of marriage is so pure, like water flowing through the cosmos and around back to us. And that's why we're here today, to celebrate the lovely relationship between these two. And you can see this high priest of tides. He goes, and do you take this lovely young Guppy to be yours? And he goes, I do. This and you, Tide Mistress Shellheart, take Serge Shellheart to be your husband.
I do.
Then if anyone has any objections, let them be aired now. You see in the corner, Floris von Nip. This like it's like very King Joffrey-esque. He's like a 12-year-old boy from the Ice Kingdom who's like, he goes, I have an objection.
The music stops.
You're all assholes. He goes, like you can see, like he's like has a glass of wine in his hand. He's like a drunk 12-year-old. He goes, "You should marry me." As you see the king, like kind of like whispers to somebody, some of his guard, and they grab him in the his Lord Commander, this big burly ice giant, and they kind of like they whisper to the Lord Commander, and then the Lord Commander gets up and like helps Floris, and like he's holding him back with like one hand. You see these big scrawny arms who are like trying to swing out and just punch at anything he can. He goes, "I'm gonna kick your ass, ew." He's just like really just being incohesive. He goes, You should marry me." And there's just like palpable silence, and it's awkward. And you can see Serge Shellheart like jumps up, and he gets everyone's attention. He goes,
All right, friends. Sorry about that. No big deal. We're gonna get married, and we're gonna be a happy couple for as long as we can serve our Queen Asia Kelpflower and our Lord King Marius. So without further ado, he goes. He like leans in for this like kiss on this shrimp, and just like the most beautiful moment where this guppy kisses this shrimp, and it's quite beautiful, and just a display of emotion. I want to know what the consensus thinks about this.
Tripp's tearing up. He can't help himself.
It's he's kind of, he's not overwhelmed or underwhelmed. He's whelmed.
He's whelmed.
He's seen a lot of different variations of these sort of, social conjugation before, and it's typically more politics than anything else. He's just kind of awkwardly looking at the wine or the champagne that's been given him.
It's so beautiful since it's no matter what the species of one. That's just for you.
Well, political affiliation, it's all the same.
You can see they say, "All right, without further ado, I now the Chancellor goes, without further ado, I pronounce these two, Mr. and Mrs. Shellharn." You see, like, the crowd starts cheering. Yeah! The king is, like, the loudest and most boisterous person in the whole crowd. He's so happy. Having, like, served in the war with Serge Shellheart, this is just, like, a great moment for everybody. For a split second, everything goes black.
Can I wait, let me get my pick out. Can I cast light as soon as it goes black?
Sure. But you're surprised right now, so you're not able to make
maybe like a few seconds afterwards. Or
yeah. So as you try to cast light, your magic just doesn't happen.
Okay.
And you see everyone is like in the room is trying to get things to work, and then before too long you see the king like pull out literally he pulls out a rock and like slams it against the ground, and there's like it kind of just glows for a second and gives a little bit of light to the room. And he looks around, and he says, "The queen is gone!" And you can see like everyone looks like towards her chair, and she's like missing, and there's like this big swirl of smoky sand, and like a general uneasiness, and like you can see like people are trying to use magic, and it's not working.
I want to look for motherfucking Hilly. Is he around? Do I see him?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Also look
Because it's still
around.
dark.
Yeah, you can also. Yeah, make
Do I
a.
still have disadvantage?
No. You can make one just straight.
Because mine's like magic or non-magical.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled for disadvantage because it's still dark.
Because it's completely dark and no one can use their magic.
Pat, you
Wait,
are,
oh,
like-
but so he just lit it up by slamming that rock in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do our natural abilities like
So
dark
was
vision
Brent still
work?
at disadvantage?
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I gotta ask two
Is mine
questions.
still at disadvantage with
No.
Devil
Go-
Sight?
No.
No.
Just go ahead and
Okay,
roll.
then I got a nat 20.
Wow, hell yeah. Okay. You see Hilly, and for a split second, you run over to confront him, and it's a big crowd of people, and you grab him by the shoulder, and as you pull him around, you grab him, you pull him around. As you do, he has no face. It's completely featureless, and it's. You look around, and it's complete white. Everything goes white around you. And this voice you hear to be the voice of truth.
What?
Truth. He goes, "I found you, little one." Do you want to know what your home looks like? He shows you a vision.
Slowly looked up.
He shows you a vision. You look, and you are at the base of your childhood home. Deep in the heart of Draco Ridge, a draconian nation. And you see burning buildings, and you see at the foot of the stairs, your brother and sister dead. At the top of the stairs, your mother's dead, and your father is cut down, laying on his stomach. And Truth, he says, "I couldn't find you. Now I do." What do you do?
I imagine, like, the first reaction has to be some severe, just shock and anger. Am I still in the room? Or am I... So, it's just phased white, and I'm now in, like...
Yeah, you're in a completely featureless room. If you're actually in the other place right now, is that what you're wondering? Or if it's a mindfuck? You're not really sure. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah, I was just, per my perceptions.
You are grabbing onto Hilly's shoulder though. You are still like you're still holding onto his shoulder, and you can feel people bumping you as you have this vision. You feel like movement all around you, and you hear panic.
Okay, well, at this point, okay, I see, kind of collects himself from his initial shock and guilt at the death of his family, and turns to. So it's Hilly's face, which is, I mean, I'm assuming he's saying it's featureless.
He's just featureless.
Truth.
Yeah.
Together. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn to, and you know, I don't need you anymore, and just make a call to grandeur in my moment of potentially fairly severe need.
Roll me a d20 and add your spellcasting mod and your proficiency.
I got an 18.
All right. As you grab on to Hilly, and you say you have no hold over me anymore. Basically, you see, you feel yourself get shaken out of it, and you see like you get bumped on the back of the head, and you see it's Shirui there, kind of like grabbing you. He goes, and I picture it would probably be like something akin to "We have to go."
Except Shirui's still not talking because he's so committed.
So the lights come back on. The lights come back on now. All the lights in the city are back on. You can see the Queen's throne is covered in a strange material, like a strange powder substance.
Can Etram walk up there and grab some of that substance or look at it, inspect it?
As you do, the Chancellor, he goes,
"This is a time and manner for families to grieve, not time to try to inspect. What are you doing?"
Grieve? What are you talking about? She just disappeared.
Can I make an insight check on that? Specifically the phrasing of "to grieve."
Sure.
Alright. That's all that's happened is the queen is gone. There's no dead body or blood or anything, right?
No, yeah, you're right.
Okay, that's suspect. Alright. Oof, not good. Plus perception, or insight rather, plus 5, so I rolled an 11.
Wait, okay, hang on. Once a day, I can use luck. I'm gonna use it at this moment for Jeff.
Wait.
For the consensus.
How can you do that?
Because of the Silver Star of Luck, you fool.
Ah.
You gave it to me.
Okay,
And
wait.
once a
What does it do
day-
again?
Dude,
It's just
I
lucky.
put it- yeah. This thing is crazy. It has so many abilities that it can do. But once a day, I cast Lucky Star. So the
what is that?
consensus may be my Lucky Star.
We can't get the rights to that song, Payne. You can't sing that.
I was about to, so good save.
Lucky Star reaction. Any dice rolled by you or an ally can be re-rolled, ignoring any penalty or disadvantage. Instead, roll 4 dice and choose the best result.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I can only this once a day. I've been
Alright.
holding it for something really, really grand to use it on, and I have sworn to never use it on myself.
Use it or lose it, Payne.
And so I roll 4 d20s.
Yeah, it just says 4 dice. I'm guessing it's d20s, and take the best.
Alright.
Whatever.
So.
Oh wait, that's like, Payne, you would roll the d20s and then give those to people, right?
I don't know.
Or is that wrong?
It's kind of unclear. It just says an ally may re-roll.
Okay,
And-
you just have lucky. We'll just say you have lucky. So,
Yeah,
do you know
that's
what that is,
I
Chef?
The ability lucky?
Yeah. Like the feat,
no.
the feat. You just basically get to re-roll one.
Okay. Alright, so I just re-roll once?
Re-roll it.
Okay. And that is a 13 plus 5, 18.
Yes, it is suspect. He goes, What
you dare accuse me, someone who has been with the lady for so long, most of my life?
We find your phrasing suspicious. Why are people mourning?
She literally just disappeared. There's no proof she's even
We
dead.
are
She could still be
all
out there. We need to look.
family. We grieve in strange ways.
Never say die.
And maybe not grieve, but
he's just old, and he's old and befuddled, and he's like a little bit you do get the idea that like there's a snideness and there's something that he's not saying. And the king he looks to Surge. He goes, Captain. Surge is like on touching the throne, and he like touches some of the dust and licks it. Oh yeah, he snorts it. He like he snorts it down. He goes, ah!
Captain, that's salt.
Painful. That's gotta hurt.
You see like everyone is like visibly like gasping, and like people are like people are just like pretty just like starting to go home and leave the party.
They're just done?
Oh yeah, well there's people who are like they're being like pushed out as to not like have this commotion, because like they're trying to keep like kind of like the inner sanctum of people here.
I was envisioning people were just like, great wedding, later.
Well, this was cool. See you later.
We've gone later. Dude, we gotta go.
We're gonna leave the over the fatty.
What about our other homies here?
Are Granby and Ian here?
Granby and Ian are not here.
Okay. Do we see Elvesh anywhere?
Elvesh is here.
I would like to
Hey,
go.
when I come back to, what state is Hilly in? And quick backstep.
He's super scared. He's like, he goes,
Listen, man, I just had the weed. My cousin gave it to me. It's not, I'm sorry, it's not mine.
he's just super scared. And
some tears in Senhyo's eyes.
you see Surge Shellheart gets up. He goes,
I think this was the doing of Selenia.
Dun dun dun.
he goes, but that would mean. He points to Diaranthyr, of the Nightwater clan. He goes, traitor! And like you can see, instead of letting people out, they're starting to like hold people in. They're like, somebody here is a mole. And he gets up on a chair and he goes, which one of you took the queen?
Who's asking
You're
the question?
pretty fast to accuse.
The
What
Lord
proof
Commander.
do you have that it was any of us? You're just suspecting.
He goes,
We were nowhere near that throne.
You suspect me? I invited the queen on my wedding day.
I don't.
You suspect me of...
I didn't say you, but I'm just saying who are you to accuse us?
you're like a person in a room full of. You're like one. You're a little tiny person in like a sea full of like of fish people.
I wanna stand up on the table and the king is still in the room, right?
Yes. He's like looking very like scared, but he's also kind of like angry, and he's just like not really understanding how to. He's like a battle-hardened warrior who's like trying to kind of just lead at the moment.
I wanna try and holler at him.
You can see the Chancellor is kind of trying to whisper in his ear, kind of like,
Listen, nothing to worry about. She'll come back.
My lord.
She always does this.
My lord.
yes, as you approach, you see two guards, like, two trident wielding captains, like, hold their tridents out and block you from coming.
I want to like rush up into them, so I'm not like trying to push them to the side, but I'm
Yeah. But you're just trying to like speak past him, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, sir, I think I might have an idea of who could have done something about this. That dwarf? I'm pointing at Hilly. I saw that man at the bar the other night. Either he was lying to us then, or he is lying to us now, but is suspicious. I'm pointing like at Zeno, who is hopefully like still holding him. Like I was trying to do that like as soon as.
Like now,
He goes-
like I mean, he is the gnome, so Zeno's just like on his knees, head down, like
He goes,
definitely crying, still just holding Hilly's shoulders.
big fingers, like he like just like calls him forward. Hilly gets like pushed down on the ground in front of the king. He goes, "Is this true? You have some sort of connection with my wife leaving. Where did she go?" You see him like hold Hilly up by like the scruff of his neck, and this like Hilly's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I don't know. It's not my joint.
What have we gotten Hilly into?
Shooting goes over.
Before he starts like getting too physically violent against Hilly, I want to try and like find a moment to introduce a calm spoken thing where I'll be like, sir, that it's strange because we don't know what's going on. I saw multiple suspicious things while the wedding was starting. There was that young man being very quiet, and I had a feeling. But whatever's going on, something has to do with this man. I don't know if he caused it, so I don't know if we need to hurt him. But I think with gentle product, so I like give him like the, we've all done a little bit of shit when you're trying to get some answers look. And like, but he was friendly the first night, but not tonight. So I don't want to see him unnecessarily hurt.
The king lets go of the of Hilly, and he falls to the ground. Hilly like picks himself up. He goes, "Hey, so I'll be going now then." The king just goes, and you see the guard, like you see him go to grab the guard's trident, and as he
Can I react to that?
sure.
In the meantime, I just want to say that Shiroi has saw Zeno crying and knew the look of seeing like, oh yeah, you just saw your family murdered. Goes over and like puts his hand on his shoulder, but still doesn't say anything because he's still believes that Sal owns the key to his mouth.
God, I put that key in my pocket. I'm gonna check my pocket and then remember it's not
Here
me.
we, and you know, finally gets to his feet.
You see Surge Shellheart.
Hand on Hero's shoulder, nods back.
As you guys have that nice moment and this heated argument, like between the king and like just yelling and airing his frustration, grabbing this trident, he goes to like skewer Hilly, but as he does, you see Surge, the knights, the Lord Commander of the Kelp Guard. He gets in the way and he puts his arms out in front. He goes,
King, I will not stand by and let you murder this man. He may or may not be innocent, And the law has to serve true.
The king goes. He goes. He just like kind of lets the trident fall against the ice. The chancellor speaks. He goes. The outsiders, they speak. Tongues as if they know something to be true. Maybe they did it. The king looks towards you all. He goes, and how do you know the king? How do you know the queen? Why are you here? Who are you?
This is a pre-recorded message. We are the representatives of the Scarlet Leafs, here on official business to see the king and queen, etc., etc. This has been a pre-recorded message.
Shirley again, like, does a bow.
I don't know what
Consensus
that
is
message
still pissed about that.
We got this robot from your artificer. You can ignore that. He's been doing weird stuff all day. I'm an artificer, so I thought I would help him out with that quest. But aside from that, anyways, but this man is accusing us. What sort of fool shows up and is this obvious about something? Now, I'm a soldier too, Your Majesty. I've learned the look in a man's eye when he knows he's caught in a corner. Look at my eyes. Do I look like I'm caught in a corner?
He does not.
The king, he furrows his brow, and he strokes his beard, and you find him walking back, and he sits down on his throne. And he says,
if they've taken her to Selenia, then we will go to Selenia. And we will get her back. I will bring my bravest warriors. Just enough to be able to travel quickly. As for this dwarf, have him tortured, questioned, whatever you wizards must do, pull information out of him.
see Hilly's like pulled away. You can see. You can see Surge Shellheart and Sin Shellheart. They line up to be a part of the King's crew, and they give this deep. They go down on one knee.
Could I, okay, what was our immediate reason for coming to the city?
Just like survival, really. Like, you guys got plopped out of the Doom Vault.
Okay. And we brought Homeboy back with us.
Elvish.
I cannot remember his name. Okay, I
just think Elvish. But
Elvish. Okay, that's actually good. Your Majesty, if I may speak to you, perhaps just a touch privately. You know, there's clearly something strange is about, and I think I can help, and I would like to come with you and retrieve your queen. I'm just trying to get like 5 feet of space around us, kind of thing. Like, I'm not trying to be like, go leave the room.
Mm-hmm.
Your Majesty, I will be honest. We did come to the wedding under false pretense, but it was mostly for fun. I mean, you know, we heard there was a party.
He goes, I understand.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, I don't know if you've spoken to Elvish, but we brought him back from the vault where he was locked up.
goes.
Forgot about that one. Likely story, he comes. He comes yesterday. To what? Fuck my wife. And now she's gone.
Shuri's giggling.
He said, guards! Arrest that man. Question him. Find out his motives.
Wait, whoa, Your Majesty. I hop in front. I don't think that's necessary. We apologize.
They're doing it. They're already. They have Elvesh in chains.
Before we get too much further, I thought he knew about this and was cool.
It's basically like a seafaring, like, it's a good tiding to Sashalas, the god of sea elves. Like, if this, like, aquatic, Aquian, like, soul, like, comes to you, then it's probably a gift from the gods or something like that, and accepting it is the best course of notion. Doesn't mean that the king has to like it. He's still pissed about someone, fucking his wife.
I wouldn't have directly mentioned it. I thought it was like, he's like, nah man, like, that dude, we're swingers, that's our homie, he comes over and fucks my wife. And
No, he just, like, he's basically, like, he's just, the king's kind of a little bit childlike. He's barbarian, so he's like leading. It's emotional response. Like Elvesh just showed up, and like they're questioning him now, and they're basically like, we don't know what's going on, but we're creating a task force to go after the queen, wherever they may be.
Shuri finally speaks up.
Okay.
He looks over at Sal.
also, I'll throw him the key. I can. I'm gonna notice that I haven't heard Shuri and like look around for him for a second.
And he's like,
I'm like, Shuri, you
staring at you.
speak, buddy.
Let Elvesh go.
He goes, no.
You're acting like a big jerk.
Shuri, maybe add your majesty, or this is a man you need to respect.
Shuri's like, looks at him, he's like, oh. Your majesty, you're acting like a big jerk.
I'll shrug.
He goes, so be
Let
it.
Elvesh go. He's not the one. We'll
Goes-
find your wife. But you have to let Elvesh go.
He goes, young land elf. I assume there will be things that you learn in your time traveling. Things that you haven't learned yet. Trust me, if you were in my position, you would do the same thing.
And he goes, now again,
I am creating a task force. Just enough to be able to go quickly.
and you see like some mages are like pulling information out of Hilly now.
When you're wrong, you shouldn't judge others based on what they look like. Just because I look like a kid doesn't mean that I haven't seen a thing or two.
You can see the Chancellor comes back. The Chancellor comes back from being with Hilly and goes,
It appears, sire, that the Hilly, as they are calling him, was affected by a modify memory spell. And most of his memory has been completely wiped or dubbed over, so to say. We've pulled about as much as we can out of him.
By the way, he has quite a bit of weed in his home.
Sherry looks over at Zeno. What did you see, Zeno, that fell you to your knees? Is it something involving this?
Cutting in and out a little bit for me.
What made you fall on your knees? Hello, Nathan?
I think it was Nathan that must have been breaking up.
Natonio. Natonio. Okay. As Elvesh is pulled away, he goes, seek the brackish emperor. He's likely behind all of this. My brother in the Saltlands.
Chewy's gonna just pretend like he talked to Zeno. It was like, I think you're dealing with someone a lot more powerful than just some relative of yours. I think you're dealing with an evil god. Or something not of this plane. I guess, actually, I don't even know if I can say that, because I don't know if Zeno ever really told. Well, we fought an agent of truth. Cheer we did, at least. The Big Arms Gigantes.
Yeah. Los Hombros Grande.
Yes, Los Hombros Grande.
Los Hombros Grande. He's the giant armed luchador who is the current champion of truth.
But he ain't no champion no more.
That's right. I mean,
We
you
took
saw
that
him.
title.
I mean, you didn't see him die. That's the thing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but we took his belt.
You didn't see him die. That's all I'm gonna say.
But we took the title from Intercontinental Heavyweight Champions of Dungeon. Sure, you can't see me. Crap.
Okay, wait. So to clarify, someone was getting arrested,
Hilly,
Oh,
sounded like.
Hilly,
Yeah.
right?
Hilly got arrested.
Or did I convince him to let Elvesh go at least?
No.
Okay.
Elvesh got arrested. Hilly got arrested. And they basically
We are
said,
okay.
well, they basically said, like, basically the implications are, if you don't prove your innocence here, like you're kind of like close to Elvesh. You're basically nobodies. People don't know who you are, and they just imprisoned one of the kindred souls. So really, like, your word has no sway.
We kind of
The king is just basically like trying to figure out what to do with you guys.
And we have to
The
return.
fact that we weren't instantly arrested is a miracle.
True.
Just like something tragic has happened to the queen.
Is
We're
there,
suspicious. Outlanders.
Are we still like around the king? If I was to shout, would he hear me?
You can. I mean, he's just in quick council with like some of like his closest advisors. You could approach him if you wanted to.
There? I don't trust that.
The chancellor is there. Yeah.
Because I feel like we could possibly maybe get like a 24-hour pardon or something, maybe to try to prove our innocence. I feel like that's our best bet.
Okay, one thing Hell's Dawn is quick on jobs.
Yeah,
I don't think we can.
we're gonna probably rest a few times before we accomplish this job.
This is at knowing our pace. This is at least like a week-long endeavor.
So,
I mean, the queen was stolen.
I was being super optimistic.
Hey, man.
Guys.
The only thing that Hell's Dawn really has, an obligation to is the Tournament of Hell, and like that's still like, what's the countdown?
So you see, the King has created a task force with him, Surge, his Lord Commander, the Tide Mistress, Chancellor Tullius. He's got his Matriarch of Secrets, and he's bringing some of his closest guards. One of them being Moss Keenheart, the like naval guy, like basically like one of the Imperial naval guys, commander guys. So that he says.
Okay, I mean,
he says there's basically like they're going to they start to go to arrest you guys as they approach you guys with cuffs. I'll say like the king is still in your presence. You can still plead your case. He is looking he's looking to be like suspicious of you.
all right. I want to speak out. Can I like speak out to the king real quick?
Absolutely.
All right, King, Your Majesty. I get down on one knee. We just want to prove our innocence. Can you give us 24 hours, a 24-hour pardon to prove our innocence? We will be back. We can give something to you as compensation while we are gone. Money, items, anything.
Okay.
Rather than arresting us, perhaps we could prove our innocence by fighting alongside you and your compatriots as well.
Roll a persuasion check.
Shit, that's a 21.
The Chancellor's like,
The king would never want to have somebody as low as you, Dragonborn.
and the king goes, Tullius, not now. You, dragon, step forward and be bold.
Surely, just hearing him dragon, he also stepped forward a little bit. Because he's like,
half.
He goes,
I'm half.
the king looks at you in your eye. He goes, dragon. What connection do you have with this? He's looking for an honest answer. Just like he's looking at you just as a just real, like everything out on the table sort of guy asking you.
Okay, well, I'm perfect, because connection I have to anything in this realm was that I was sent here, and I'm willing to fight to, protect my freedom, prove my innocence, and save your queen.
And you would fight alongside me to do so. I would be proud to have you.
Zeno's gonna, like, you know, have his scythe appear in his hand, raise it up, and just, like, let out a roar. You know, like a you know, battle cry roar, not an intimidation roar.
You see, like,
completely clear.
It's just silent. No, that would be funny though. You're the only one. No. The king, he can't help but smirk. Being already a battle-hardened warrior, kind of like already was like kind of expecting to live this kingly life, but can't help but kind of be excited for one last adventure to go save his wife.
Maybe rekindling their love.
That's right. And rekindling their love. He goes,
"And your warriors will come with you. Correct?"
Zeno turns to them. It's just, you know, if there's no negative reactions stated right now, turn back to the king.
You
Yes.
see,
Jill beats the claws.
King Marius summons all of his strongest kelp watchers, or no, all of his strongest warriors of the Kelp Watcher clan, and he gets a group of people, and they have ships, but they're like really not great ships. Give me 1 second here.
Did Hell's Dawn have a better airship? Like
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100% you guys had a better ship.
And
There-
now it's gone.
Their
Now
ships.
it's fucking.
So, yeah, so you really haven't experienced too much of how they've get around in this area, but the king kind of brings you all into his battle sanctuary, where you see him he has like a map, and he's showing you guys the basically like if they're trying to steal the queen for Selenia, the Kingdom of Salt, then there's only one portal to the quasi-elemental plane of Salt, and that's in the Abyssal Maw. That's in the Deep Lands. You'll have to go past Effervescia. You'll have to travel through the Seldarine Sea, and possibly hopefully find a rest in Crustacea before traveling the rest of the way. He explains the Abyssal Depths, and specifically the Abyssal Maw are a nasty place, where light does not collect, and rather creatures create their own light, and things there are just a little bit different than things where the light touches. It's a place called the Deep Lands, also. That's what it's also referred to as. He says, "We leave at once." You see them pull. You see the naval commander pull this amazing ship, but built for speed, and it has this opalescent quality to it. this beautiful white ship, course with like gold filigree across parts of the like fins of the ship that reach out. You can kind of see they travel via currents in the water. These big streams of currents that act as these sort of railways. He says it'll take about 2 days to get there.
Right.
All aboard. What?
Yeah, woo woo.
You can see a manor of merfolk, lizardfolk, bullywugs, kuatoa, all sorts of like sea creatures are represented here, as his closest guard stand there, coral armor, tridents, and you can see the water elemental is there. Just like just trying to make friends. Honestly, he has a hard time making friends.
Jimmy goes over and high fives him. His mommy always said to be like water, so he's like...
You slap him, and he goes, "Ow! Why are you hitting me? What? Ow! Ow!" He goes, "My name's Saline. Please don't hurt. Please don't hit me again. I'm here. I'm just trying to serve the elemental lord Ishtia. Please don't hit me."
I'm sorry. I was just trying to be your friend.
Is that what you do where you're from? You hit people. You just see him like smack you, like whack. You take 3 damage. You get slammed up against the wall. And they load you up onto this amazing ship, and you remember about Saimetsu. What do you do?
Where's Grampy? Not Granby. Where's my grandpa?
Is he staying behind?
Grandpa Sametsu? Okay, I don't know, because basically his farm had someone quit, so he's been having to work at like 5 a.m. and then he's had to work at 5 a.m. on Wednesdays.
We'll have him. We'll say.
I would say he's gonna be here next week, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll just say he comes along. He's a part of the people who are mapping and cartographing. Kind of just trying to navigate for you guys on the ship.
Yeah. I really hope that he can continue playing, but I'm guessing that if like someone doesn't start making it so he doesn't have to work at 5 a.m.
And also, I mean, like I'm sure I know Pat's like super busy, like because you know, Corona and all that shit. Like we can't reschedule if everyone else is okay with that.
See, that's the thing is I'm not busy because of Corona.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought the opposite. I'm sorry.
I do work, but I'm like, this is what I do in my free time. So.
Okay.
I like doing this shit.
Yeah, I'm always down to reschedule if everyone else is cool with it. So.
I will play as long as there's one player here.
Sick.
Yeah, Pat and I earlier were talking about how if it ended up, it was just going to be a solo cheering event.
Dude, solo campaigns can be pretty dope. Like, if you and the DM have like a really good chemistry, it could be. I'm sure it could be super fun.
So Jeff ran me through a 30-minute solo session one night.
Oh hell yeah!
I did.
Yeah, It was like you and Pat, and I was saying something about how like I didn't think you could do D&D as a one person, and you were like, yeah, you can. You hear a knock on the door behind you. What do you do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you and Pat, like led me around for like a while.
Oh yeah. When you had to fight Archie.
Yeah.
Someone knocked on your door, and it was like you, and you had to, but it wasn't you. I don't know why I thought it was Archie. I don't know why. For some reason,
it looked like Archie, but it wasn't.
It looked like Archie, but it wasn't Archie.
You couldn't just tell that it was.
And they were like, what do you use as a weapon? And I was like, boys, I have swords in my room. I grabbed one of my swords.
Did they? I guess they didn't know that I also had a sword in my room.
Yeah, but it wasn't actually you.
Epic sword duel.
Oh yeah, I guess not me wouldn't have the sword.
People who aren't you are less likely to have swords than the 100% chance that you do.
Most people aren't weeaboos like I am.
That's fair. So this is a bit of a lore question. So this is the elemental plane of water.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like planarly affiliated with water, or is it straight up underwater?
Underwater.
It's underwater, yeah.
They don't have land here.
Shit.
Yeah, we were in like a domed off.
The thing is,
it was called the City of Glass.
Yeah, I gathered that much.
The thing is, so there is a very small bit of land, and what little bit of land surface dwellers fight over and feud over. Like they war over it.
So that land, the land you speak of, was that like in the dry district that we were staying at the inn?
What are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking. Yeah, so like you guys are in a domed glass. So there's like.
We're like in an Atlantis.
You're like in an Atlantis.
There is a piece of dry land somewhere else above all the water.
Okay,
correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we were
in the last session. We didn't even hear that there was non-water in this.
Yeah. So
like, that was something I learned.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we were in the Doom Vault, basically like this home of all these different phylacteries of a lich. And our goal was basically to find Elvesh because he's like basically a special person that we need to help us stop basically the end of our plane of existence. And so we have to gather up 12 of them, the 12 kindred spirits, and Elvesh is one of them. So we finally found him. We released him from the vault.
Do we have?
Just one.
Is it Elvesh or is he the second?
He's the first that we found. We know where several are. We started working for a Sphinx who is like basically I guess she's not a god, but she runs like a guild, and we've become servants of her. Not servants, we've become helpers of her to find the kindred spirits to stop the end of our plane of existence, because the demons and the angels basically are having like a world tournament on our plane of existence. So
sick. So we're team hell.
Actually, we're kind of neither. Like the angels have proven to not be super nice, and the demons currently control the continent of Nanjin, where my character and Zeno, Nathan's character, are from. Like the whole continent is on fire and currently like hell on Earth.
Sick.
And we escaped on an airship and then crashed that airship.
Yeah, I gathered that much.
It was so easy to fix. We couldn't fix it though.
Yeah, we crash landed in the desert. So we stopped the Doom Vault from this lich from basically reviving, and tried to destroy all the phylacteries because there's a bunch of them. And 3 portals were an exit, and we picked the blue one that was to the left because Hell's Dawn always chooses left.
He'll be going left a lot.
We only take lefts.
Have you guys ever played Betrayal at House on the Hill?
Yes.
So you guys go left to the entrance hall?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Every time.
But I'm here for it.
We always take lefts, and Senhyo is currently writing our memoir, What We Left Behind.
Cool.
But yeah, so now we've ended up in the City of Glass. I think one of the portals probably led to the city, or the fire plane.
The plane of fire. Yeah.
And then another one was City of Brass. And then there was a black portal, and we don't know anything about that one.
Totally bad.
Pat, so do all of these, everyone we've interacted with, is Common their native language, or do they speak Abyssal?
Oh, like people here?
Yeah, in the Plane of Water.
It's a mixture between like Elvish, like it's kind of like a sort of dialect of Elvish and Aquian. Like it's kind of like a weird mishmash. Like the elemental tongue of water is what Aquian is. And mixed with, just kind of like a lot of there's like common, obviously, like some of the more common folk will speak common, but you guys have been pretty much surrounded by sea elves, so people, but like over the whole realm, I'd say common is pretty normal. People who travel planes and stuff, it's pretty common here.
Us being from another plane isn't.
It's not completely wacky, like.
Yeah, the way I've always described it the way I described. I would describe it the way I would describe magic users in the Warhammer format, which is like a nuclear physicist. Like everyone knows that that's a job you have, but how many have you met?
Exactly.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, it's like that's a thing. I don't know any, but that's a thing that exists. I'm excited about.
Freak out if I saw one.
Josh, are you frozen? Are you making that face for that long? Look at him. He looks.
I turned off my camera.
Oh my god.
My camera, I guess it froze.
I like that. You just look disapproving of me. Can I zoom in? I want to somehow zoom in.
If you click on his picture, it should make it full screen. Yep. Excellent.
Okay, so as I said.
Dude, I just come back to my desk. Holy shit, that face. Yeah. It's like, alright. That's cool.
I'm just gonna save that forever.
Okay. If he moved, I would be I would literally shit myself. Just like seamlessly. Okay. Everyone here?
Yeah.
You set off on a journey to Selenia. You're really not sure how long this will take. The king said 2 days to get there, but you're traveling to a different plane. You're going.
He said that. Sorry to interrupt. You said the ship was built for speed. So are there crew quarters, or is it like a barracks?
It's barracks. Yeah, it's not a big ship. It's so it's like a bunch of hammocks.
All right, so Sentry or the census is just gonna kind of find a spot against the wall and then just
Sentry activate.
And so kind of like elves, Warforged don't sleep. They spend 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state. They appear inert, but I'm not unconscious, and I can still see and hear as well. But I'm just immobile.
Sure, we will definitely figure that out on his own.
Shirley goes over and he's like waving at him, like trying to see, and then kind of like looks at what he's looking at,
Like as if it's,
It's the door.
up in there.
He's looking at the door.
Shiri just posts up next to him.
Joey.
I don't know, but this. If consensus thinks it's important, then it must be important.
Something's going on at this door.
Dude, Shiri is like, he's a golden retriever. Like he's a dog.
Yeah, I honestly kind of miss when he was like 15 or like 12.
Or when he was a little boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little boy Shirley was fantastic.
That was my favorite era. Like if that was like a side series.
Jeff, we had like a GT where he was like
A little kid.
Yeah, he got aged backwards.
Awesome.
A bunch of us did. So Josh's character Sayametsu was actually like an 80-year-old necromancer. 75-year-old necromancer at the very end of his life, or near it. And we fought this Sphinx, Dabulamanzi, and he used a time like magic spell thing and turned Sayametsu back into a 30-year-old like young vigorous man. And then turned me into like a 5-year-old, and he turned Josh's character Yitram into a like 9-10-year-old.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And so
All I know is I kept my mind a whole lot better.
yeah, she lost his mind and eventually kind of like reverted back to a child, but a vicious killing machine of a child.
As they all are. They just
Yes.
lack capacity.
Yes, but this child had magic, high level magic, and very strong weapons.
So Pat, these sea elves can do interplanar travel at will and escape.
No. So it's not as common as that.
So it's just this ship then?
It's not even the ship. It's like they have to go to a portal in like a physical place where it's where water meets salt.
Okay, gotcha. So is this a place they manufactured or one they just know about?
So it's one that exists, and it's in the deepest, darkest depths of the Abyssal Maw, where the salinity is so high, it's like it makes the water like thick.
Okay, so it has like a physiological binding to the plane of salt.
Correct.
Are things slower here?
What'd you say?
Are things like slower here, like harder to move through? Or wouldn't like if it's super salty, everything would like float higher up? So does that mean it's like harder for us
There's
to?
higher buoyancy, but I don't know if it's like that extreme.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think I need to take the dog out. She's inside if I don't take her out. So
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'll be back in a little bit.
We're traveling now, right?
Well, as you guys
Dino
are
is also leaned up against a wall.
As you guys are leaving port, you see the ship you're in kind of like rattles, and you kind of like for a second like everything just stops working. And you see as you are a mast in a ship, and you see on top of the ship is Captain Lou Fierce and Foul Luxford atop the Blackfin. And as you see this, his ship is huge. It has this like jaw that opens up and it swallows your ship whole. Wow. And as you come into the inner workings of the ship, you see all these people above you like swinging on ropes, working the inner in the inner area of this ship, like throwing barrels, like tying off knots and stuff, moving sacks from port and stuff. And the king is like looking all around, kind of confused, and you see you see the Lord Commander jump up, and he goes, "Oh, Blackfin!" And he's like referring to the ship, and he says, "This ship is the fastest, often called the fastest dorsal in the deep. A little uncouth, but these are different times, aren't they? Aren't they, King?" And King goes, like nods, gives a very hearty nod, and you see the captain swing in from a rope. He goes,
Okay, dude.
he goes, "Arr."
So are we being boarded?
He goes, "You are being boarded."
Okay, sure.
He goes, "Permission to come aboard." Well, I guess that permission has already been granted. Welcome, King under the sea. Old Blackfin.
We demand a parley.
You're speaking with the captain.
Oh man, what the hell? I know who you are. I'm just messing with you. Wait, are you serious? What the?
No,
Alright.
But look, we sat together at the wedding.
I'm fucking with ya.
You were coming to help us?
he leans in. He leans in to you, Sal. He goes,
I. You son of a bitch. When you first looked at me, I said, this son of a bitch. How could he or his ugly mug ever be the nicest person I've ever met?
You see all these like pirates like come in. They start loading your ship up with supplies and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And he goes,
Then you won't be needing a little bit of help then to rescue the queen, will ya?
the king goes, I'll do what I need to, okay? And he like steps forward, pulls the his great trident off his back, and says, kind of gives the pirate hook a grand shake, and that's where we'll end up tonight. Pick up on deep beneath the deck of old Blackfin next week.
Alright.
Lou's gonna come with us back to our plane, and he's gonna captain the ship for us.
That's right.